Hello, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, a little bit fun, I guess. So I came up with this monstrosity, and you guys will see what it is soon. Um, I am I have been to like a cooking college. I've been working a little bit on this area of professional cooking and shit like that. So I know a little bit, a thing or two about cooking. And this anime doesn't, or does it? Uh, let's see. This is like delicious in dungeon. All foods, I guess, all recipes.
We
It's
can
loud.
make bread! These have to be prepared for cooking.
Hmm.
You have to chop off the pincers, head, leg,
Hold on, let me see if the audio.
and tail.
Yeah, my
Give
case
the
seems
run
pretty good.
something fierce.
Okay,
Head, leg,
so he's cooking some kind of like
have to be
scorpion.
prepared for cooking. You have to chop off the pincers, head, leg.
Um, I can see him like chopping off the pincers because the thing is so big. Usually, when you're cooking scorpion, you don't like remove the pincers and the legs because it's so tiny. But I guess for an animal of this size, I guess you can do that. And just kind of make like crab legs, cookie like crab legs.
Legs and tail, especially the tail. Give
Yeah, the tail of the scorpion is probably like the least desirable part of the scorpion. It does not taste very nice, even though some people might say it otherwise.
gives you the run something fierce.
But the guide said it was safe to eat.
You won't die, but it tastes like ass. Then
Yeah,
you have to
it tastes
slice
like
the
ass.
sucker up
It has like a sandy taste. It's kind of weird. It's strong and bitter and bad.
heats even and the juices can seep out. This way
Now this is weird. This is weird. This is bizarre. Like, look.
you get all the flavor.
So imagine like this is like a huge lobster. Like scorpion is like very similar to like lobster meat, but it has like a more nutty and sandy, like a more nutty flavor. Um, like so imagine like this is like lobster tail, right? Or like a shrimp, like a huge shrimp. So this is weird. This is very weird because like usually like this is what you do when you're making something what do you guys call like the tiny lobsters? This is like usually do this when you're making like the tiny lobsters, because they're tiny. So you can have you can chop them and serve them with rice or something like that. But when you have like a huge lobster or a huge shrimp, you don't do that at all. Like you don't chop the thing in pieces like that because it's going to miss out on the flavor and it's going to get
Eat this way.
a bit mushy depending on how you cook it. Like if you are going to cook it like this for some reason, you should definitely cook it on butter, on something like a wok, for the size of this thing. Usually, for a tiny lobster, you'd probably cook it on something like a frying pan. So this is extremely weird. Actually, my sound might be a little bit too loud, but whatever. I think no, it's fine like that.
Then you pull out the innards like so. They're bitter and the texture's all wrong.
Now this is bizarre.
Then you pull out the innards
This is just straight up like fucked up.
like so.
You
They're
do
bitter
like
and the
this is
texture's all-
he's removing the intestines of the scorpion. You do not remove the intestine after chopping it up. You do that before because what he's doing basically is like he already chopped the intestine in parts. So the intestine, like like the poop inside the intestine is already like drown, like it's already like dripping on the meat. So the meat is already contaminated, and it's also going to give like a sandy flavor, and it's not very pleasant to eat. Like it's
So
not very
wrong.
good.
As for the walking mushroom, skin it and lose the butt. Save the feet and throw them in the pot. They're delish. Your pot's not big enough, though. So, we'll use mine.
You're weirdly prepared.
It'll be bland with just the scorpion and mushroom.
Yeah, it will be bland because you chopped it in a million pieces, you fucking idiot. I guess the reason why he
You're
did that
weirdly
actually
prepared.
is because like the meat is too big for the pot. But it wouldn't be bland if you just use butter.
It'll
Like, what the fuck? It's so weird.
be bland with just the scorpion and mushroom.
So he's doing like some kind of like shabu shabu, kind of, but you know without the steak.
Add this.
Hold on! You can't put those in!
Why not?
There's no way I'm eating that! You see those? Those are corpses! I'll eat a monster if I have to, but not plants from a graveyard! Tell him! Tell him this tastes
Hey, ciao.
great on its
Marcel!
own! Who the hell are you anyway?
Can't eat these raw. You first have to wash it with
So-
hot water.
This is like he's doing like a stock pot. You know what I'm saying? Like like the gelatinous like stock pot. That's basically what he's doing, and he's doing that with like herbs. Usually you do that with like vegetables and spices, but whatever, right? I guess it's like a fantasy word kind of like vibe.
Splash of citrus juice. Then you can either pat it dry or rub some salt on it and let it dry in the sun. After that, you got yourself one high-quality ingredient. If you can, starve one for 2 weeks, then dry it. I
Usually you dry them by adding like a ton of salt, which is why they're not very healthy for you. But
Taste is
yeah.
worth the wait. By the way, this is a portable slime dryer I made myself. Just lock it in there like so, and it'll dry out nicely as you're walking around. It'll be a while before that one's good. But
This is something that like we do actually in real life. Especially here in Brazil, we use like banana leaf to like as a wrapper for elements. In fact, we can also use it for cooking. Like there is like a cake in Brazil that we make that we put it on the oven and it's wrapped on the banana leaf. Let's see if I can find it for you like real quick. I guess it should be that. Yeah, yeah, this is it. Yeah, she's using like the banana leaf as a wrapper, and she's going to just put it there and cook it on the leaf. It's pretty awesome, actually. It's delicious.
This video is
Who are you?
this one's ready to go.
Oh,
We'll add it to your pot.
thanks, but can you spare it?
Sure. You don't know how happy I am to have found someone else who's as into monster food as I am.
Yeah,
Right,
this is pretty common for cooks. Like we usually like to share our foods with other people. We enjoy like cooking for other people because it makes us. I guess it's kind of like an ego stroke. I don't know.
Studying the monsters in here and how to cook them up for over 10 years now.
10 years?
Has this dungeon been around for that long?
I'll have this ready in a bit.
Wait, is that?
I'll have this ready in a bit.
Has this...
I can't tell if this is like some kind of like root, like a potato, or if this is some kind of like a tree, like sapling kind of thing. I guess by the way he cut it, it's probably some kind of potato. I'm assuming that this is some kind of like balsamic vinegar, I guess. Either that, or it's probably like some like grinded roots, like pounded roots, something like that.
It's ready.
Yeah, like it's a shabu shabu kind of dish.
It's
Um. Oh yeah, another thing about the scorpion thing, you don't really cook it with like the. I mean, if you're going to the effort of like like chopping it like that, because probably it won't fit on the pan. Even cut like that, it doesn't fit on the pan. So I can kind of see what he was trying to do there. It still is going to be a bit mushy and bland, like a bit like um yeah, like it's not very great. I would just like cook it like what I would have done under these circumstances is first of all I would remove like the carapace of the scorpion completely, cut off the intestine, rightly so, because it's like like we don't want poop in our food. Um, and then I would like just wash this plain with like butter and then cook it nicely. In fact, I'd probably like just maybe even like cut it more finely than that actually, so it spreads better on the pan. It's easier to cook. You know what I'm saying? Then I would remove the scorpion and cook it all of that shit there, and just have like the scorpion as a side dish, or maybe add it later.
ready.
Yeah, probably add it later. Yeah, I don't know. Like either one or either one. Like I would either save it like as a steak, a side steak kind of thing, or I would just like chop it and add it on the end. So right now we are like looking pretty bad because this is like a food anime, and I don't really know. They don't really seem to know what they're doing. I get that they're like, oh, it's fantasy, so like they can cheat, but that's not really how food works. And I actually seen this recipe on another channel, and it's pretty bad. It's even worse than the other one.
First, a light steaming. Then you cut around the stem like so. Give
This
it a
is right.
twist,
You can also do that with tomato.
and pull, and the seeds will come right out. Next, you peel the skin off and pound it till it's nice and soft. Then line the bottom of the pan with it. Give the unripe.
Like this is like an interesting idea. I've never heard of doing something like that, using like the peel of a pepper of a bell pepper as a crust for a pie.
Till it's nice and soft. Then line the
But it's not the right texture and not the right flavor, and it's just better to have flour and butter. So what the fuck?
bottom of the pan with it.
By the way, frying pan pies are delicious. They're not that hard. They're not like that crazy, and
Give the unripe fruit a
it
good
works.
mashing. Add a dash of slime and a bit of scorpion broth, and mix till it's good and thick. Once it's got a smooth consistency.
Scorpion broth.
Give the unripe fruit a good mashing. Add a dash of slime and a bit of scorpion broth, and mix till it's good and thick. Once it's got
Uh,
a
okay.
smooth consistency, pour in the rest.
I guess he used the legs of the scorpion to do some kind of broth. That's kind of a waste. Because like, remember how I said that like it could be used as like crab legs? Yeah, he's just using like quality ingredients to make broth. That's kind of like not what we do. We use the leftovers of food, so that's kind of weird.
The scorpion broth and a handful of the chopped fruit. Mix it up a little bit, then pour it into the frying pan. Let it cook a bit.
I just want to see
So it's some kind of like fruit cream.
if I can grow
He doesn't specify what it is. I guess like by the color of it, it's probably something with like milk and apple. I guess. I'm assuming.
And pour it into the frying pan. Let it cook a bit.
I just want to see if I can grow this on the surface.
That's a stupid idea.
No!
How is that a stupid idea?
And when you see it start bubbling like that, drop
You can grow bell pepper seeds on the surface. What the fuck is wrong with this bitch?
in the rest.
Oh yeah, and this is like it gets even worse. Oh yeah, I think it probably has like some kind of like egg. It's probably like egg, milk, and apple. I think
And when you
maybe bananas.
see it start bubbling like that, drop in the rest of the fruit. Perfect.
Yeah. Usually, if you're if you're doing like some kind of like fruit pie, you probably want to chop the fruit so it's not like a gigantic piece of fruit in your mouth and it's like more evenly spread. It's kind of like basic, you know, like it's kind of like basic cooking tips. Like so, you know, like you cut it on half and you spread it even. So it's not like gigantic pieces of fruit in your mouth. You know? Yeah, like this is perfect. You know, you want something more like this and not really like this mess. Like this presentation is not looking very good. And realistically, the bell pepper would not look like that. It would just not. It just wouldn't.
It's ready.
Oh no, it drowned.
Guess we can't clean off the sand that way. They didn't come from the sea, so maybe we guess we
Oh,
can't
this.
clean off
Oh no, I hate this dish. They're doing oysters.
the sand that way. They didn't come from the sea, so maybe we don't need to. Not sure if its organs are safe to eat, so they're going in the trash. I'll slice these ones up and make soup. Then heat some oil. Add critter, seasoning, and medicinal herbs for a stir fry. The helmet critters. Steamed. And these
Huh.
classics.
That's interesting. Using like equipment like that.
Tile all the way.
It's very convenient that the helm perfectly fits the size of the pot. I mean, that's like very lucky and convenient. Let's put it like that.
These classic style all the way. Style all
Oh, they're using like more parts of that armor to
the
cook.
way.
I never like usually you don't really cook oyster. You just eat it raw, which is why I find it so fucking disgusting. So maybe this might be, I don't know. Probably just as bad, honestly.
It's ready.
Yeah, this is just weird. It's just more weird food. Yeah. At least the presentation is better than the last one, but it's... Yeah, I don't know. Wait, what's on the pot? Wasn't that supposed to be like the...
We're all done. Now, let's have a feast of all the stuff we worked so hard to get.
What a beautiful color.
Guess I'm the expert at peeling things now.
You want it smaller, or is it okay?
Ah, that's perfect.
He's
want it
pretty tall for a
smaller, or is
dwarf,
it
isn't
okay?
he?
Ah, that's perfect.
Need to light that fire.
Okay.
Ah,
Is that some kind of like cabbage, I suppose? Cabbage, carrots, potatoes, onions. Okay, so they're doing like a... It's not a sofrito. What is it called? Mirepoix, I guess?
to light that fire? I can do it.
I got my striker and flint for that.
You don't have to light it that way all the time. It'd be faster with magic. How can you like golems and be anti-magic?
Every time you do a thing the easy.
How can
This is pretty fucking shitty voice acting.
you like golems
She
and
sucks.
be anti-magic?
I thought I was going to criticize the food, but the voice acting is bad as well. Holy fucking shit.
Every time you do a thing the easy way, it dulls your skill for doing it. Convenient and simple ain't the same.
He's completely wrong on that. Do not do like, don't push yourself harder than you have to, dude. It's like if you're wasting more time, if your food is taking more time to arrive at tables because you just want to do it the hard way, people are gonna get mad. Like people are gonna get really angry at you. Just do it the easy way. There's like many like useful kitchen utensils that you can use to improve your timing and even like quality of the food overall. Just fucking use it. Like don't be like this stubborn asshole, dude.
Doing things your way with magic is the same as buying veggies at the store.
It is not. Shut the fuck up. You're stupid. Also, what is wrong with buying veggies at a store, you dumb fuck?
This is the last of the basilisk bacon. It's ready.
So it's some veggies. I thought he was going to make some kind of soup. I'm a bit disappointed, honestly. It's boiled veggies with bacon. That's pretty boring. It's pretty fucking boring, honestly.
Bread.
If he cooked it more for a longer period of time, if he cooked it like finer, the vegetables and shit, he could have gotten like a delicious like vegetable soup, and then have like the bacon cut in more like finely pieces to have like tiny chunks of meat to contemplate the soup. It would be very delicious actually. But this is just bland and boring, honestly.
It's ready.
Not a fan.
Bread, 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 bread.
This is like the equivalent of like who let them cook? Who the fuck let them cook?
Put flour, salt, sugar, leavening agent, and water in a bowl. Then knead it. Work that sucker.
Why
till
are
it's
they in
nice
a?
and
Oh, cause there's a
firm.
baby.
You hold the edge and smack it down again and again. Once you get it stretching easy, it's time for the first.
Wait.
Flour.
So he's
salt,
doing some kind of like pastry,
sugar,
right?
leavening agent, and water in a bowl. Then knead it. Work that sucker till it's nice and firm. To
No, this is like weird.
knead, you hold the edge and smack it down.
You don't really
Then
do that when you're making like pasta or like pizza dough or whatever the fuck. You don't smack it like that. You don't punch the like no. You have to be like it's not that you have to be gentle, but it doesn't really do anything actually.
again. Once you get it stretching easy, it's time for the first proofing. When the dough gets twice as big, cut it into equal pieces. Then shape with your hands. Let it proof some more. Then, once it finishes rising, set it down over some low heat. Steam it.
Wait,
for
were
some
they the
minutes.
guys doing the eggs? Is that what they're doing this face? I don't get it.
Then, once it finishes rising, set it down over some low
So this is
more into equal pieces. Then shape with your
strange.
When the dough gets twice as big, cut it into equal pieces. Then shape with your hands.
Yeah, I mean this is right actually. Yeah, you gotta wait for your dough to cook, and I guess he's using like the pan just because he doesn't have like a table and doesn't want it to have contact with the floor. So this is correct.
Finishes rising. Set it down over
I guess he's going to do some kind of pizza of sorts.
low heat. Steam it for a little bit, and when you open the lid, we got ourselves some bread.
What?
Get 'em. We got ourselves some bread.
But why would you cut it in pieces if you just wanted to? Oh gosh.
Hey! Get them whatever they need.
Wait, how did I? So he just made it on the oven. You can do that. It's not going to be the ideal. It's not going to be like very good bread, but you can
Steam it for
do
a
that.
little.
It's going to work.
When you open the lid, we there.
Mm. I mean, I can't really comment on this because it like they just skip it so much that it's like I don't even know what this is supposed to be. Like, I guess he made it some kind of like pickled taco. Um, the bread that he made it earlier, and some stew with what seems to be like rabbit or chicken thighs, chicken wings or something. Like no, this seems like chicken legs and thighs, I guess. Or did they give like rabbits to them?
There, it's ready.
Sliced onion. I think honestly, this is probably the best dish they made so far. And they didn't even specify how they made it. It's kind of frustrating. This is like this thing right here is either like a taco, like a pickled taco, or is it some kind of um like pickle sandwich or a pickle? I mean, a taco is a sandwich. Or it's some kind of like pickle like cucumber like salad. I don't really know. And I guess the bread is just like a cider for the.
Or the
Wait, no, but that wouldn't make sense because why would you have like taco and then bread? That's kind of like weird. Oh, I guess the bread is for the stew? It's kind of weird.
There, it's ready.
For the necklace, pull off all the legs. The texture ain't great if you leave them on.
Oh, is it centipede?
Then skewer and roast it. Heat up some oil and give the coin bugs a good fry. Stomach
What? He's cooking coins?
side down.
What the f-
Drop in a pinch of salt and stir them so the oil gets around.
Excuse me?
There. Flip them spine side up so they look pretty.
What?
For the tiara, pop out the eggs and larvae from their nest. Break it up in the pot and boil everything together. Spoon it into a jar and it's ready.
I have no idea what just happened.
There's all kinds of custom in the world to get rid of evil stuff. Fire's one of them. It keeps the dark back and it can create and destroy. All through history, folks have used it as a sacred symbol and a holy
How can he talk and blow at the same time?
ward to keep that evil the hell away from you.
Yeah, I know all that, but candles aren't gonna keep ghosts back.
One candle might not help much, but a bunch of them all lit up and flickering away, that's a lot of holy power. The golden rhinoceros beetle's another sacred thing. To some folks, they were symbols of the sun and the sun god. A lot of love for those critters. Booze is
He's using more of that LSD stuff. Oh no.
It's used as an offering to the gods and to purify whatever it is that needs purifying. Then there's salt. Traditions going way back say it protects against evil and purifies the body. And since sugar looks the same, I'll add some of that. Not sure how potent it'll be, so I'll dump a bunch in to be safe.
You're making this up as you go!
Not a bad idea to add some herbs. And what the heck, dried monster guts too. Then we'll add the power of fire to the mix. The holy water's ready.
Holy water? Is this for cooking or for exercising?
Every ghost he hits gets driven away.
Oh, it's for exercising?
Holy water works, even in a jar.
It works amazingly.
Maybe I've been possessed this whole time by Fallon.
How could you say that? Fallon would never. And she hasn't even turned into a ghost yet.
No, that's not what I mean. I couldn't get over the fact that we don't have her help, and thinking about how easy things would be if we did. But the reality is, she's not here. Until she's back, we gotta help ourselves.
Yeah, you're right.
What if that rope breaks and the jar is like flying through the fucking wall? Or what if he hits the jaw on the wall and it breaks and they lose the fucking holy water?
The jar's got frost on it.
Using holy water like that's more efficient than spraying it all over.
That figures. Ghosts can pass through the jar so the water hits them.
Well, I'll be.
Oh nah. Nah 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 nah. No.
It's sorbet.
No, 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 no,
That
no.
does it! I'm gonna taste painting food this time or else!
Why is he tied on a rope?
First, we'll boil them.
Okay, I lied. This is probably like the best food, but I guess it's I guess it wasn't made by the dwarf. That's why it's so good.
First, we'll boil a big pot of water.
Also, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm kind of concerned about the size of his bird and the fact that he's not wearing like anything to stop his bird to fall on the food.
And add some salt. Stick the mimic in and pop the lid on.
Shouldn't you put like the antenna inside of the pan? You fucking idiot. Why are they in prison? Is it because they made terrible food? Are they on food prison?
Should be boiled enough. It's ready.
Okay. Okay, this is legit. Yeah, no. This is a thing. Yeah, this is basically what they should have done on the first recipe. Literally. Yeah, no, this is pretty good. This is nice for sure. Ironically, you know that like back in the day, like back in the medieval times, lobster was actually prison food. Because like it was like sinful to, it was considered as sinful to eat lobster and shrimp. So they were just given to prisoners. Kind of weird, but it is what it is.
Soak the barley and put it over a flame.
Oh, now the audio is
Some
pretty
mimic
bad.
meat and add a few water plants.
Hold on a second. Wasn't that growing out of the fish man's head?
I mean, yes, but this is also a completely ordinary plant. Fishmen use these to mimic the mermaids. Without it, they would probably look a lot more like fish. You're not gonna let me eat it, are you?
Here we go again. All right, whatever. Do what you want. Why do I get the feeling that I just made a huge mistake?
Because you did.
Right, it's ready.
So this is some kind of like soybean stew. I hate soybean stew. I hate soy. Oh my gosh, what a fucking idiot. He should have just made fucking risotto or something like that.
You are you? Probably look a lot ordinary plant. Pull apart.
Dude, I don't think I would even give in soy to my fucking... Oh, wait, dogs cannot eat soy. Never mind.
Barley and put it over a flame. Pull apart some mimic meat and add a few water plants.
Hold on.
So this is a plant. I thought it was meat. I thought it was some kind of steak. It looks like steak, but apparently it's some kind of plant. So this is basically like some fucking soybeans with plant. This is boring.
It's ready.
I want meat. I want steak. Oh, no. This is disgusting, dude. This motherfucker is cooking a giant larva, dude. That's so bad.
Why don't we try putting some sauce on this and grilling it?
Did he said ruin it? Does he know that he's ruining his food?
Actually starting to smell good.
It's ready. It's grilling time!
Krillin? From Dragon Ball Z? Oh, now they're actually doing like a shabu shabu, but no, not quite. It's some kind of like beef stew.
Neck, liver,
Oh wait, but they're gonna grill it.
tail, thigh, loin, and veggies.
So they're gonna make like some kind of barbecue,
It paralyzed
like a
my
Japanese
hand when I ripped it
barbecue.
off, and now it's stuck.
Your hand looks like a gnome's in that state.
Let's see. So it's an ivy tentacle. Rinsing with vinegar helps subdue the nidicite's barbs. Although depending on the species, it could have the opposite effect, so be careful. Cut an
Is that a
X into the
female dwarf?
exposed surface, then peel downward to remove the outer skin of the nidicite.
It's a banana.
Potatoes, carrots, onions.
Well, I'm gonna stop here to avoid the copyright strike, because animes are pretty fucking brutal with those. But gosh, I get that this is like fantasy word cooking and stuff like that, but I feel like the creators of this anime, they could have like have researched a little bit about cooking before making a cooking anime. This is what like, people from like Food Wars and even like freaking got the One Piece anime does it right, but this one is just wrong all over. And I guess it's trying to use like the fantasy scenario as a cheat code to be like, oh no, but it's right because these are not like our ingredients. But no, it's just so wrong. It's just everything is like the only time when they get it right. Um, wait, did they show like the? Wait, they didn't show like the closing shot, right? Of the. Oh, that's the closing shot. I mean, I guess this is like right. I mean, there's no way to fuck up a barbecue. Not really. It's pretty hard to do so. Um. So yeah, like I guess like it's only like they only get it right when there's like when it's actually really hard to get it right, like when something simple like as a stew, and even then they kind of get it wrong because like that vegetable stew was just plain and boring, right? It was undercooked and not tasteful at all. So yeah, like this is kind of like not very interesting. Like yeah, it's like I guess it looks good. Like they make it look good. Like they make it look like they know what they're doing. But uh it's balls. The octopus? No. Dumplings? I didn't. Yeah, that was pretty cute. Okay, and mouth waters makes me wanna work hard as a beast for meals that Senshi cooks. Yeah, like I can see people looking at this and be like, oh wow, this looks really good and delicious, but appearances can be very deceiving, my friend. Like there's like so many like sloppy mistakes all over these like recipes that you just kind of like, wow, it's just really fucking terrible. Everything is just so bad. So yeah, man. I don't know. Like I feel like that they should at least have like watched Food Wars because Food Wars get their stuff right mostly, most of the time. Um, so yeah, like this is bad and disappointing. I am not a fan. I remember like there was like a isekai anime where the protagonist like was all about like cooking food. Yeah, it was this one. They even got like sponsored by Pepsi to do this stuff. Where is the cooking? I remember this guy cooking for a wolf. That was a thing. Oh man, he using fake ass Parmesan cheese. Ew.
今度こそ本当に完成だ。
So I guess this is some kind of like pasta, but he ruined it. Extra meaty spaghetti with. So this is bolognese pasta, but he ruined it because he sprinkled that fake ass Parmesan cheese. Like, okay, Parmesan cheese is bad already. It's pretty bad already, but it gets even worse when you actually sprinkle with like this powder stuff, because this powder stuff, there's a lot of filler in it, meaning that you're not really eating Parmesan, you're not really eating cheese, you're eating like sodium, you're eating like flour, and then there's like a tiny little bit of cheese in there. You're getting literally robbed. That's why it's so cheap. Like, why do you think that why do you think powdered Parmesan cheese is cheaper than the same amount of like Parmesan cheese?
本当に
Because
完
of
成だ。
that, because it's filler.
これはなんだ茹でたツタを食うのか
違う違う。俺の世界のスパゲッティって食べ物だ。うまいぞ。
But it's better than that shit.
ツルツルしていて面
Like, this is eatable.
白い。
肉は少ない
世界で
This is something you can eat.
変わらない飯。
湯は軽くこのくらいでいい
その顔。
なんだ何がおかしい
Huh. What is the name of this anime? Campfire cooking another word with my absurd skill. Is that the anime? Let me see. Da-da-da-da-da. Complete series? That's probably illegal. I don't want to touch that, bro. Every recipe. Oh, there it is. Every recipe. So I watched like the first 2 episodes, I think, and I didn't like it very much. But it got like the cooking pretty right. So it's doing like some some typical sandwich. The meme of with this anime is that they're cooking like with like grocery store like kind of ingredients, because he can access grocery stores from this world. So he's using like a lot of like pre-made ingredients, but he gets like things pretty well done. Like like he's using like he's first off he's sauteing the bacon, which is what you do. Then he adds like the vegetables. What is it? What is in there? Like cabbage, potato, carrots.
じゃがいもを煮込んで。おっと、ソーセージも入れないとな。
He's also adding like some sausages. It's not gourmet food, but it's food, you know. It's probably like very nice to eat.
出来上がり。
I like it, like I like it. It doesn't try to be pretentious. It just knows like it's what the creators know how to cook, and it's just like kind of like it's sincere, it's nice, it's eatable. Like I would eat this like real life, no problem. Like it's way better. I think. I wonder if it's made by the same like studio, cause it seems familiar, but whatever. This is way better at cooking things. It's like, it's like homemade like cooking kind of thing. It's not like, kitchen professional cooking like Food Wars, but it's, this is cool. Like you can literally make this recipe in real life, and it will be like just as good, actually. So yeah, like I am like more in favor of this and less in favor of that. Um, so yeah, I don't know what to say. I guess I'm just going to end the video. Um, Goodbye, I guess. See you in the next video.